Year award. This annual award was established by the Board of Directors in 2014 and highlights the importance of volunteerism in our community and honors Kosovo volunteer leaders who exemplify the value of service to our community. I am pleased to present this year's award to Neil Kugelmas. Neil, will you join me up here? So, those of you who attend Shabbat services know that Neil serves with distinction as our floor gabbai. Gabbai is actually an Aramaic word that means tax collector, but don't get any ideas. Today, the term signifies someone who assists in the reading of the Torah. As floor gabbai, Neil is responsible for assigning aliyot and all other aspects of the service. In short, Neil is charged with making sure that our Shabbat services run smoothly. And he has been serving as our floor gabbai for over 30 years, which alone deserves recognition. Neil fulfills his responsibilities as floor gabbai in an unobtrusive and professional manner. He knows who to assign, when to assign, and how to assign. It's considered an honor and a great responsibility to be the floor gabbai of any congregation. We are indeed honored and fortunate that Neil serves us in this role. So please join me in congratulating Neil on being this year's recipient of the Diane Cohen-Zach Volunteer of the Year Award. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jeff. I'm very much taken by the great symmetry in this award. I am being honored tonight for giving out honors all these years. And I think that's really great. Now, today is a great day, commemorates a great day in world history. 80 years ago today was D-Day. And I looked it up, and I didn't know what the D stood for. And I found out last night that D stood for day. So Day didn't sound very good, so they called it D-Day. Now, there's a great story. I don't know if it's true, but according to this story, the night before, on June 5th, Field Marshal Montgomery went over to General Eisenhower and said, "Everything is going according to schedule." And Eisenhower looked at him and said, "Where did you learn to say schedule?" And Montgomery said, "In grammar school." Now, I didn't go to grammar school. I actually went to the Yeshiva Central Queens in Jamaica, New York. I went through 8th grade, and that's where I got my grounding and learned all the rituals and how to, lead a service and do things and what was required. But when I had my bar mitzvah, I sort of drifted away. I didn't go to shul very often, not during high school, not during college, except maybe on the high holidays or on a cousin's bar mitzvah, something like that. But there was one Saturday afternoon, I was maybe 15 or 16 years old, and I was playing basketball at the schoolyard. And I'm walking home, I'm tired, I'm dirty, I'm sweaty, and my father is standing outside of his shul, and he's saying, "We're ready to daven mincha, and we need one person for a minyan. I have Kaddish to say." So naturally, I went inside, cleaned up, and not only did he get an aliyah, but they gave me an aliyah, and that just struck me as such a great honor, given the circumstances and given how I looked. But over the years, I've been a member here for like over 30 years. And I not only serve as the floor gabbai, sometimes I am the calling gabbai, especially when Nana is unavailable. And over the years, I've enjoyed doing that. I've led service every portion of the Shabbat service. I've also been an original member of the Thursday morning Minyan and had led that for years until, of course, I started working as a crossing guard, so I can't do that during the year. But come this summer, I promise I'll be back. But I can think of 3 occasions that really struck me and hit home, like Rabbi was talking about, just the essence of being in this community. The first one was when we got the new Torah, and the scribe had finished the last word on the Deuteronomy page, and Rabbi Leiter had beckoned me to be the gabbai. And what an honor that was for me to lift that Torah that had just been finished. It struck with me forever. A second occasion was last year for the high holiday services. Rabbi Steinberg asked me to do the calling gabbai for both the first day of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And I thought that was such a great honor. I'm forever grateful for that. And the third occasion happened when my good friend Walter Monash passed away, and his wife Brenda asked me to lead the Sunday morning Shiva Minyan at their house. And the energy, the ruach that I felt in that house when I was doing that was overwhelming. It just struck me as something that it was a divine spirit. Now, there's one more thing that I have to mention. I think Jeff mentioned it in the write-up he did for me. Years ago, there was a young boy. His name was Benjamin. He might have been 4 or 5 years old. And he always used to like to come up to the bima or to the ark with his dad. And, when we put the Torah away. And one day at Kiddush, his father said to me, Benjamin told me that when he grows up, he wants to be a gabbai just like you. And I said, what a great honor. I hope I lived up to it. Thank you.